Rosii here with Iconix Radio, and today we have a very special electronic guest. The one and only CharleyYoung is joining us all the way from Florida. Charley, what are we going to be talking about today?
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about my inspiration for music, a couple of my songs, what I hope to get, out there into the world being an artist, maybe what I think that other artists need to do when they're creating their own music. And we're also going to have a little fun and games.
Woohoo! Guys, stay tuned. This is an interview you don't want to miss. Up top,
Yay!
Down low. Woo! Fist pump.
Okay, I'm getting it.
We there. See you soon, guys. What's going on, people? It's your girl Rosii here with Iconix Radio, and I'm so excited about this amazing, beautiful guest we have today, all the way from Florida, guys. Oh my gosh, the windy, amazing water state. CharleyYoung is here, guys, and this is going to be an interview that's going to blow your socks off if you got them on.
I was like, I'm not wearing socks.
So we're in the right place at the right time right now. Charley, how are you feeling?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Rosii?
I'm awesome. I can say I'm really excited because I got a chance to see you perform last night.
Thank you. Yeah.
An amazing performance.
Thank you.
I mean, you just took us on an entire journey. And I think that's what your music represents, I think, for all people, because it's electronic dance. So we're in the same, we're party girls.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be talking about the beauty of your journey and how we got here. Mm-hmm. I know that I've got a chance to hear Work.
Yes.
Work. Oh my gosh. And that was performed with the people of Parallel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to definitely highlight about how did that come along.
Yes.
I got a chance to hear Alpha Female.
Yes.
Listen. All I can say is stay tuned because this is going to be a good story. And then Ghost of the Night.
Yes.
I know that there's two of your singles that got a chance to get you on the charts of iTunes.
Yes.
Come on 2 times. Here we go, guys. Let's talk about that feeling. I know you were #1 in iTunes Argentina pop chart.
Yeah.
And then you came back again at #3.
Yes. For all genres in Argentina, yeah.
And then you came back again. I mean, you're writing hits.
Well,
that's what it's called. It's called a hit. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
You.
My gosh. So I asked you earlier before we started the interview, you woke up this morning.
Yes.
And what did you do? And you said?
I said yoga. Yes.
So clearly you got to do yoga every morning to get on the charts.
Yes.
Clear your mind.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What did it feel? What did you feel when you heard #1?
I was shocked, to be honest. I was shocked because, and this is what's really cool, I remember Lizzo a few years ago saying it. She had written her hit, I'm forgetting the name of it. It's, I do my hair toss, check my nails. Good as hell.
Good as hell. Yes.
Right. Anyway,
yes.
So she had written that song 3 years before it charted. And so I was kind of like, oh, this is what she means. And I'd had many people along the way say, just because it's old to you doesn't mean it's old to everybody else. It's always new for somebody.
That's right.
And so first of all, it was shocking. And second of all, I didn't find out. So people of the Parallel, his real name is Justin, and he's a producer of mine, and he's just a big, I would just say supporter, artistically, business-wise. And he's the one who messaged me and said, hey, look what just happened. And I was like, what? I was like, because the site he checked it on, I checked pretty constantly, and I just missed it. And I was just like, and then when I saw it was #1 and then #3 as well for all genres, I was like, okay, all right. I released this song 5 years ago, but cool, I'll take it. Hey, Argentina.
Hey.
I like you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was cool.
I think what that really highlights is the golden saying: if it's good music, it'll last a lifetime. And real music, it never seems to die. When you think of the oldies like Michael Jackson, you think of Prince, you think their music are still relevant till this day. I think Michael Jackson would have been celebrating, I think, his 61st birthday or something like that recently.
That sounds about right, yeah.
I mean, and when you hear Michael Jackson's song, everybody's moving. I mean, the babies are throwing their bottles listen, that's my song. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
So again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now let's backtrack a little bit. How did you get into? Because you do a lot of genres. Now I want to say this is a multi-genre girl. Don't get it twisted. But electronic dance music.
Yeah.
Why?
So you're correct. So I am classically trained, vocal-wise, and then I grew up doing musical theater and all of that. And I'm gonna credit my mom for the electronic because mommy was.
What you say?
My mom.
Your mom. You gonna credit her
for me doing electronic. And
Come on
stuff.
now, that's my type of mama.
The reason is my mom was an aerobics instructor for a long time. I don't know how long, but when I was a little girl, and so she'd always have these CDs and tapes and stuff of all this like pumping music and you know like Snap and just all those great like classics from the 80s and 90s and stuff. And I just really loved the energy, and what also I loved about it is all of the groups were so diverse in their makeup, in what country they came from, and what I loved too is like there were some that were, you know, just enthusiastic and ready to go, and there were some that, you know, were a little bit more heartfelt. But I think what I liked about it was electronic for me is like taking the classical elements of music and just kind of if we're using a software analogy, just upgrading them to the next, you know, operating system. So that's, and I just think it's cool. And again, I just really love the diversity that electronic music brings, because if you go to any kind of electronic dance, you know, place, you're not just looking at one, you know, person like demographic coming in. It's like all sorts of people.
Everybody's
and also its roots come from so many different musical genres too. You can be like, okay, well this one's got a little bit more of a R&B flavor, this one has a little bit more of a pop flavor. It's like you can paint with the electronic and dance brush, but also have some little sprinkles of these other, you know, genres.
Lots of glitter.
Yes.
Lots of glitter.
I like
and
glitter.
Fishnets.
Are they getting this?
Lots.
I love fishnets, by the way.
Listen, you know, we're being good today, but listen, when we get on stage, it's a whole nother different crowd of people, I'm telling you.
I actually had somebody last night right before me say, you were just a whole different person when you got up there. And I was like, okay, I don't know, you know.
Well, listen, I was sitting there. We got a few pictures, a few videos, and I was like, there's something about those pink shoes. I want those pink shoes.
I love those pink shoes. They're like highlighter pink sneakers.
Yes. Now let's talk about the performance a little bit more in depth, because it was so electrifying.
Oh, thank you.
Let's talk about the event. How did you? Because you drove quite a drive.
I did.
You talk about an artist that's invested, child. We talking about time, money, and gas. Okay, you are about that life.
I am.
Let's talk about the event and how did you come about to be on that stage last night?
Yeah, so I was competing in another event online that was similar to that, and my publicist John in Houston was like, well, you need to, you know, sign up for this one, like see if that's something that interests you. And I said, okay. And I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, this sounds awesome. And so next thing I know, they said, you know, come and perform in Houston. And I said, okay. And, you know, filled up the gas tank. And then my mom is my, you know, best friend and constant supporter. So she's like, hops in the car with me. And
road trip.
Poor woman, listen, poor woman just came from a week-long real estate conference. She's under the weather, you know, she has asthma and all that. And she's like, I'm still coming. And I'm like, okay. Like, so I had to drive the 600 miles by myself, but it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's my dad. Please, let me hold. Wait a minute. Your mom jumped in the car.
Yes.
She had just came off of literally work.
Yes.
And is ready to go.
Yes.
On a road trip to Houston.
Yes. Yes.
I just want to say.
Now you know where I get my crazy.
Talk about electrifying. Thank you. Thank you, because what people don't understand is you have to have a real support team.
Yes.
And I mean, I think where most artists kind of kind of just don't get it right is they don't have the right support team.
Yes,
they don't have the right
unfortunately.
people that's guiding them, like the legendary, amazing John in Houston,
Yes.
that puts those, hey, try this, hey, do that, mom, road trip, let's go.
Yes.
You know, all of these things play a major part in getting a sister like you to iTunes charts. I mean that. I mean, you know, you don't get there just thinking. You got to put in the work.
Well, and I think a lot of people forget, you know, they'll see the front person, a solo artist, but, you know, there are so many people in that tribe for them, on that team for them. It's, you know, sure, the brand is, you know, Lady Gaga, but, like, there's so many people who make Lady Gaga, right? There's Lady Gaga, the person, the individual, right? But on her, you know, in her journey, like, she had to have people who believed in her and who came and supported her. And I'm very grateful for the people. And I was actually just talking to John about this. But when I first started, I mean, I would have to pay people and beg them to produce me and stuff like that. And now when people of the Parallel and other people will just come to me and just be like, hey, here's this project, I need vocals on it, or hey, I wrote this just for you, you know, or hey, so-and-so referred me, I needed vocalists, they told me to hire you, are you interested? And I'm like, yes. So that has been a very, very rewarding part, to go from having to invest all of, you know, obviously there's still an investment part, let's be real, but to have one element kind of, you know, change and have people on my side where, you know, it's not just about, obviously we all need money to eat and live, that's just what our world is like, but that actually believe in me and are behind me and are willing to be on the journey with me, you can't put a price on that. And I'm so extremely grateful for that every day.
I love that. When you wake up in the morning, get your yoga in, do your yoga, get your Starbucks.
Yes.
you get all of these things to get you going. But then there's a moment where you say, I'm ready to make music. What inspires you? Like, what sparks that moment to get you a pen or your iPad? What wakes you up and gets you going to make music?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I would say I'm very influenced by the natural world around me. I do some of my best writing. This is going to sound funny, but I do some of my best writing in the car on the way to places. So just driving. No, don't worry. I'm not driving and writing.
I was about to say, man, she's multitasking.
No.
Take notes.
But I'll just like be driving around and I'll just be replaying maybe conversations or ideas in my head, you know, and it'll just come to me. So just moving, I think, is really helpful. And I think that's why I try to do some kind of movement every day, is because it's very helpful for me. And also, going back to the yoga thing, yoga for me is a very good analogy for life. And there's a certain mindset you get in. And this is where I'm going to get super hippy-dippy. So if you're not into this, like, sorry.
Listen.
Whatever. It is what it is. But I kind of see myself, I'm a very spiritual person. And I see myself as a channeler in a way when I write my music. So it's like I open myself up to possibility and to creativity. Because I think a lot of people, because I like mentoring and teaching people as well. That's something I'm very passionate about, is making, I'm not a perfect person or role model. I mean, you should, you know, I definitely curse like a sailor. But it's like this little woman in Chinatown said when I went with my girlfriends to get my aura read, that my heart is very sweet. My mouth is not so sweet, but my heart is sweet. But anyway, what I try to do is I try not to impose any of my ego on it. I try not to make it into what I want it to be. I let it come to me and like, what is this song trying to say? What is this concept that's coming to me? I don't try to put myself in it. I don't try to put my ego in it. And I think that's what separates me from maybe other artists. I can't speak to their process, but I'm not in it just, do I have ideas and things I want to get across? Well, yeah, obviously. But I'm in it for a bigger reason than that.
I love that.
You know, I'm in it to reach people and to touch people's lives and help them, whether they're celebrating, grieving, trying to get through the workday, whatever it is. I just want to help people, because there's been many times in my life where I've needed help and I haven't felt supported and I felt alone. We all have. And if there's anything I can do to help people not feel that way, I'm here for it.
Spoken like a true artist. Wow.
Thank you.
Because you covered pretty much everything and every aspect of life literally just now. From why you do your yoga, how you create. We all have that moment as artists where we literally have to stop and say, what am I doing? And why am I doing it? If you're not doing it for the people, if you're not creating those moments to help people get through life, then don't do music.
Well, and also going back to Prince, right? I'm going to butcher the lyrics, so I'm sorry, but you know, he says, "Dearly beloved, we are here to get through this thing called life."
Yes.
And I'm just getting chills right now, actually.
Yes, come on, girl.
And I when you mentioned, like, I love that because I'm like, yes, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
What it's about.
I'm gonna get like emotional now.
No.
Like, I'm gonna like cry about it because like that's what it is. You know, we're only here for a finite time, and you know, there's so many people who are in it for the fame or for the money or for whatever. And the best part for me is when somebody reaches out to me and says, like, I love your new song. It touched me, or it made me feel good, or whatever. And that to me is, obviously the charting stuff is amazing and absolutely unreal, but that is so rewarding to me. So yeah. So I'm like,
us electronic EDM dance artists, we will cry. We have so much fun, but we will cry.
Yeah.
Because it's that important.
Yes.
You all are that important to us that we
Correct.
get emotional, because when we're charting and we're getting those phone calls and we're investing that time, we're investing that long drive just to get on the stage for less than 10 minutes.
Yes.
We're talking about making it work.
Yes.
You have a studio session booked today. I mean, you are getting it done.
Yes.
Whew, talk about CharleyYoung, y'all. Let's get it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to name again these 3 songs, and I just want you to give me one word.
Okay.
Fine. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
One word that sums up the song?
Yes.
Okay.
Alpha female.
Ooh, strong.
Okay.
Yes.
Ghost of the night.
Pensive.
Work.
Electrifying.
Every single song that I just named, that's exactly what I felt.
Really?
Listen, alpha female, honey, I would just like repeat, play again, work. Yes, it just made me want to dance. And I literally said, okay, she's definitely going somewhere with this one. But then when I saw you on stage, I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. What do you think that artists should do in this? Because music has changed, the business has changed. It's not the same. It's not like, give me a tape, I'll listen to it to the execs anymore. You have to literally do the footwork, right? Yeah. So what do you think that artists are missing these days when it comes to exactly what you're doing, putting in the work? What are they missing?
Insofar as, you know, getting traction or
in
just
general?
In general.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are, and again, I can't come on because I don't know everybody's story or everybody's what, but to me, what I see is a lot of people are, first of all, everybody's scared, which is normal. If I said that I didn't have moments where I was scared, I'd be lying. But I think also people are trying to find what's popular, or they're trying to be like the next Prince. Well, no, there was one Prince. You're not going to be Prince. Right. Or they're trying to be, you know, whoever, right? Or sound like whoever. And I'm like, you know what? No, just find your sound, find who you are, and find your identity, and the right people will come. I think people are too focused on, let me get into what the sound is today. Well, guess what, honey? By the time you figure that out, they're going to be moved on. So you figure out what speaks to your heart, what you want to do, and the right people will come. So I think there's too much worrying about the externals and not worrying about the internals. Because that's the other thing, too. People, in general, have a BS meter. And if they're listening to your song, you know, there's some people who just casually listen and aren't really invested, but the real, you know, I guess, musos they call them, or, you know, just people who are into music, real music lovers, I think there does come a point where they can tell whether or not your heart is in it, or whether you're just trying to find what works so you can get a Maserati or a Bugatti or whatever people want to drive these days, right? So,
no, it's true.
So I think people are too extrinsically focused. I think people need to turn in. Who am I? First of all, who am I? What do I want to do? What is my message? Why should people listen to me? What do I have to say that's so important that I take? Only thing we can't get back in life is time.
Hello.
So what do I have to say that's important enough for people to spend 2, 3, 4 minutes of their life that they're not going to get back? What do I have to say? So that's what I think that people need to go back and look at. So, yeah.
Girl, listen. I mean, one thing you cannot get back is time. And we're not wasting none on this interview right now.
I'm trying not to.
You are dropping gems. Oh, my God.
Thank you.
What's the most memorable moment you've ever had on stage?
Oh, gosh. That's a great question.
Drink your water. I told you was going to. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. Well, I think okay, this is a really cool moment that happened. Okay, so sorry. This is like, it was during a performance, but I wasn't on the stage at the time. Okay. So when I was in college, I was always listening to Misto and Peasy. They are an electronic duo out of Brooklyn, New York, I believe. New York City, I think Brooklyn. Anyway, borough doesn't matter, although there's going to be some New Yorkers who are going to come after me for that comment. Anyway, but what I was going to say is that I remember in college and even afterwards listening to them like making these remixes of like Britney Spears songs, and also there was they did the Geico commercial for Who's Watching Me, the Rockwell, you know, the Who's Watching. They did a remix of that, and I just was like in love with them. I just thought, speaking of innovative and cool sounds, and just like, I was like, these guys are geniuses. And then fast forward a few years later, I'm at Webster Hall, which is a very famous venue in New York, performing, and those dudes are in the crowd. And I got a picture with them, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I was listening to you a couple years ago in my dorm room, and like now I'm taking a picture with you, like, this is wild. Yeah, that was so cool.
Talk about full circle.
It was incredible. I just,
that's a moment.
Yeah,
that's definitely a moment. So, yeah, I'm even soaking in like, wow, just to look in the audience and see. Yeah, okay, you got you messed me up on that one. I got to go back to my notes now. Now let's talk about your music. Where can people find you?
Yeah,
how can they support you?
Yeah, so those are great questions. So obviously I'm on most of the major platforms, you know, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, you know, Deezer, I mean, whatever people listen to, iHeartRadio, Amazon. You know, there's like, and obviously Iconix. So, you know,
and you know it.
Obviously. But, you know, and then obviously the great way that people can support too is there's Bandcamp. And what's also a really cool moment for me is, so I released my music through there as well, and it's an opportunity for fans. You know, I'm going to be honest with you too, because I'm not here to BS anybody. I'm a Taurus, so I'm very good at sniffing out BS.
Let's go.
So anyway, I stream my music, right? But if you really want to support artists, especially independent artists, you know, Bandcamp gives you an opportunity, right, to download their music and to pay what price you want to. So last week, I had a single for sale for $1 and change. One of my fans paid $5 for it. And I was like, not that I'm expecting anybody to go out there and do that, but when I see them coming in and buying my music for $1, and that dollar comes to me, you know, minus the processing fees and all that jazz, but honestly, the simple act of them going on and say, hey, you know, I'm actually going to buy your, you know, song. And then also, you know, when people go and buy my merch or go and buy, I'm like, I love old stuff, like, so like vinyls and
vintage
stuff. Yes, that's
girl.
a better word. And so whenever they buy the physical products too, that's also really cool, because anytime I sell merch to people, I write them a note. a handwritten note, because I think that's very important, because that's how much it means to me. I will take the time out of my day to write them a note, handwritten, and say, because that's how people support. And I want to show them I'm thankful.
I've got a chance to talk to a lot of artists. Obviously, I am an artist as well. My husband is a producer. He's worked with a lot of artists. We, talked to John from Houston. Like, we work with a lot of different. I can truly say, y'all ain't never heard me say this. You are the most invested artist from a personal standpoint. You are so invested. You giving me chills. I've never, because you take out the time. And if you really care about artists like Michael Jackson, like Prince, like those legends, they took out the time.
That's right.
And you're doing that.
Yes.
And let me be clear, because I know we ain't got a lot of time right now, but I just want to say, because this is a popcorn generation where everything is happening so fast.
Right.
And, you can look at an artist and just keep going. You make me want to stop. And I'm going to Bandcamp just to get a personal note. How often does that happen?
Yes.
Charge my card, Bandcamp. I need a note from CharleyYoung, because I know that you care that much about the arts. Some people are just throwing out music, Spotify, all these different places. They get music all day. But Iconix Radio, child, we highlight the artists that care. And I am so humbled to sit here next to you. I saw you perform. We heard about you. I listened to your music. I was like, alpha female. Yeah. Like, I went through so many different, just hearing about you, seeing you, and talking to you. I have already been on a journey. And that is what life is about. That's what being an artist is about. So, fist bump.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Now, guys, you know where you can find her. Go and support her on Bandcamp and all streaming other platforms that are there. Also, Iconix Radio. Download the app. Now, before we get up out of here, who are some artists or who are some creators that you would like to work with?
Oh, wow, that is a great question. I was like, oh, wait,
get your water, girl. I know.
I'm not ready for that. So, what's really cool is I really enjoyed, this is going to be so kind of like, what? But Britney Spears' Blackout album very much inspired me when I was younger. And Danja, who is Timbaland's protege, he was the producer on that beside Britney Spears. And I think his sounds are just incredible. And when I talked about electronic bringing different people into the mix with different POVs, that's what I like, because Danja is a producer that doesn't work in just electronic or dance. He also produces rap. He's worked with everybody from Duran Duran, to 8 Ball and MJG, to Danity Kane, to Britney Spears. Whoa. And so I think that's a testament.
Okay.
And then I would also just really love to connect with more independent musicians, because that's what I'm here for. In fact, lately I was actually just telling John in Houston this earlier. It's really cool, because like I said, I'm at a point where I'm no longer having to beg or pay a lot for people to produce me. I'm at a point now where other artists who I've done collaborations with are referring me to other artists around the world.
Yep.
And that is so cool. And I have one guy who just came into my DMs the other day asking me, because he saw me in a competition, and he's so thankful for me to do this song, and you're amazing. Can I please put it on my album? And I'm like, well, yeah,
Whoa.
And that's really cool. I'm like, of course, because again, I was telling the sound guy last night, I was like, my goal is not to be, I don't ever want to be a diva. I don't ever want to be a jerk. Because again, we're humans. We're all living a human experience. I mean, I do get hangry, okay?
Hello.
And I do get sassy, so I'm not going to lie here, okay? In fact, I got sassy a couple of years ago, and the cop gave me a ticket, but whatever. Let me just put it this way. My dad's a lawyer, and he's back, so.
Period.
Karma goes full circle. So, anyway.
I love Charley.
Anyway, but yeah, so I want to just work with a lot of different people from all different backgrounds and different genres, because that's how I grow as an artist. And I listen to all different things, because I think if you're tunnel vision and you're only focused on one thing. You also, you know, obviously have to be specific, but I think you also need to be open. So I'm just open to growing and learning from other people. And but again, Danger would be my major label kind of person, but my real goal is just to collaborate with other artists and just kind of, you know, help them and help everybody else. So yeah.
I love how she just kept it wide open, so you guys know she's open really to work with artists. There we go.
I am.
Okay, so what's about to happen now is, guys, we're about to get to close this interview out because we're about to play a game.
Oh boy.
So you got to get ready. We'll be right back, guys. Again, I'm sitting here with the amazing, the phenomenal Miss CharleyYoung. Guys, I'm Rosii with Iconix Radio. We'll be right back. Bye. Say bye, Charley.
Bye. Say bye, Charley.
Bye, Charley. All right, guys. We're back. And now it's time to play a game. Now, because when we play games, we have to invite other guests to come in and holler out some answers to help the guests, right? But here's what's going to be so different about today. Charley has 3 people to help her. Mr.Iconix is one too. And you know how that can go. We don't know. But I think we're ready to go. Charley, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Charley's helpers, are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. Here we go, guys.
Also, I know where they live if they mess up.
Ooh.
Okay.
Danger. See? Here we go, guys. Okay. First question. What is the name of the 90s yogurt that comes in an easy squeezable tube? Is it A, Danimals Squeezables, B, Go-Gurt, or C, Yoplait?
Oh, that's going to be B, Go-Gurt, for sure.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Final answer is correct, guys. There we go. All right, she ain't calling no help yet. Here we go. In 1999, who had a #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 with Genie in a Bottle? Was it A, No Doubt, B, Mariah Carey, or C, Christina Aguilera?
Okay, so they're all great artists. I'm a huge Gwen Stefani fan, but it was going to be C, Christina Aguilera.
She ain't calling on nobody, y'all. She a genie in a bottle. Hello.
I watched a lot of pop-up video, let's just say.
Let's go. Here we go. All right. This 90s fad was like a purse, but carried on your waist. Was it A, Belt Friends, B, Money Belts, or C, Fanny Packs?
I'd see fanny packs. I like money belts, though, but it's going to be fanny packs.
Final answer?
Fanny packs.
Fanny packs. Duh! Until this day, we're still wearing fanny packs.
Yeah, people are.
What do
They
they call
come back
them
in
now, though?
style.
They are. You know, I like the silver ones, the gold ones that are like really shiny, as you can tell.
Oh, also, I have, just for my little plug, I've got a CharleyYoung fanny pack, too, y'all.
Hello!
So-
Merch plug!
And it's white and hot pink, so I know you men can rock it if you're confident.
Hello!
So,
I'm
just saying.
Here we go. In Saved by the Bell, what were Zach and Kelly dressed up as the night they broke up?
Oh, boy.
Was it A, Romeo and Juliet, B, Mickey and Minnie Mouse, or C, King and Queen?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I watched some Saved by the Bell, but audience, do anybody know? Okay. What was A again?
Romeo and Juliet.
Well, I'm going to go, I guess, with my Mr.Iconix referral, and if I get it wrong, well...
You know where he is. You know where to find him. Final answer?
I guess.
That is correct.
Oh! I didn't know if he was picking A because of his name.
Right.
And then he did the little symbol, and I was like, is that a delta? I was like, I don't think delta's an answer.
All right, guys. Here we go. Last one. Which of these Jim Carrey films was not released in the 90s? Was it A, The Mask,
Okay.
B, Me, Myself, and Irene, or C, Liar, Liar?
I think I know which one it is. Are we thinking Me, Myself, and Irene, folks? No, nobody knows? Are you kidding me?
The question again is, which of these Jim Carrey films was not released in the 90s? Was it A, The Mask,
That
B,
was definitely 90s. So
B, Me, Myself, and Irene, or C, Liar, Liar?
I'm gonna go, I guess, with you think it was Liar Liar? No, I think it's Me, Myself, and Irene.
Final answer.
I guess.
Do not mess with CharleyYoung. She's correct.
Okay. All I can say is thank God I was not on a cliff asking for a rope.
Listen,
because these people are about as helpful as nothing. Damn. I mean, I'm like. So, what do you guys think?
but your whole team is here. So shout out to the squad.
But you know what though?
What's that?
I will say Mr.Iconix did help me with one.
Woo!
He's not on my list. The others are.
CharleyYoung, listen, I can truly say it has been a huge pleasure to sit here and speak with you. Congratulations on all of your amazing accomplishments.
Thank
and
you.
Everything that you're putting out in the world is much needed, and I appreciate it. And we love you here at Iconix Radio.
Well, it's mutual. I've had a blast here. So thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you for giving artists like me, a platform to reach other people. So thank you for all that you guys are doing.
Download.
Okay,
It's
let's
fun.
see. All right,
guys, we are locked in. Thank you guys so much. It's your girl Rosii here with Iconix Radio, CharleyYoung, and the squad in the back. Guys, we will see you soon. God bless and keep it peaceful. Bye.